Hi, welcome to Jared Invests. Today we are going to be discussing about the car loan trap that is quietly keeping so many people in their 20s broke without them ever realizing it. What if I told you the single most socially accepted financial decision in America is quietly making millions of people broke? We obsess over $3 lattes. We cancel Netflix. We split Hulu with four other people. But then we walk into a dealership, sign a contract for $700, $800, even $1,000 a month, and we call it normal. We post the car. We get the likes. And every single month for the next 7 years, we hand over money that could have made us millionaires. Nobody talks about this. Not your parents. Not your HR rep during open enrollment. Definitely not the finance manager at the dealership who just locked you into an 84-month loan at 8.1% APR. So we are going to talk about it. All of it. The real math on what that car is actually costing you. The tricks being run on you the second you walk onto that lot. And the 3 rules that, if you follow them in your 20s, will protect more of your money than almost any other financial decision you make. Let's start with the number that should make every Gen Z person watching this furious. The average car payment for Gen Z right now is $522 a month. That is 13.4% of the average monthly take-home pay for someone in that age bracket, gone, every month, before rent, before groceries, before anything. And if you think $522 sounds low, the average new car payment across all buyers hit $767 a month in Q4 of 2025. That is a 29% jump since 2020. 1 in 5 new car buyers in America is now paying over $1,000 a month for a car. A thing that gets you from point A to point B and loses value every single second it sits in your driveway. Here's what nobody at the dealership will ever put in front of you. A new car drops 20 to 30% of its value in the first year alone. Not over 5 years. In year 1. You buy a $43,000 car today. Congratulations, it's worth about $30,100 by next January. Drive it off the lot and you have already lost more money than most people have in their savings account. By year 5, that same car has shed 60% of its original value. If you bought an EV, you are looking at 35 to 40% gone in the first year. The fastest depreciating asset most Americans will ever purchase, and we are financing it at record levels with longer loan terms than have ever existed in this country. Think about what that actually means. There are 2 categories of things you can spend money on. Assets that go up, stocks, real estate, a business, skills that earn you more income, and assets that go down. And nothing goes down faster than a new car. Every dollar you pour into a depreciating asset is a dollar that is not working for you. It is not growing. It is not compounding. It is shrinking every month, while your payment stays the same. Now let's talk about the 84-month loan, because this is where things get genuinely criminal. 21.5% of all new car financing right now is stretched over 84 months. That is 7 years. 7 years to pay off a car. That number has tripled since 2015. And the reason it has exploded is not because cars got better. It is because prices jump so fast that the only way dealers can keep people buying is to make the monthly payment feel manageable by stretching the torture over a longer period of time. Here is the math they will never walk you through. Take that average new car at $43,582. Finance it at 8.1% APR, which is right around the current average, over 84 months. Your monthly payment lands at about $683. But when you add up every payment you make over those 7 years, you will pay $15,972 in interest alone. You paid 37% of the car's original purchase price again, in interest. You bought the car once with money. Then you bought 37% of it again with interest. And by the time you write that final check, the car is worth maybe $12,000. You paid $59,554 total for something worth $12,000. Let that sit for a second. And if you think it ends when you finally want to trade up, here is the part that actually traps people. 30.9% of all car trade-ins in Q1 of 2026 were underwater. That is the highest number ever recorded. Nearly 1 in 3 people trading in a car right now owes more on the loan than the car is worth. The average negative equity gap is $7,214. 27% of those people owe more than $10,000 more than their car is worth. So what do dealers do? They roll that negative equity into your next loan. You are now carrying your old debt inside your new debt, and the cycle starts over, worse than before. Not bad luck. The system running exactly as designed. Let me show you exactly how that system works, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. When you sit down in the finance office at a dealership, the manager places a sheet in front of you. It is divided into 4 boxes: vehicle price, trade-in value, down payment, and monthly payment. They call it the 4 square. The whole point of it is to keep your eyes on one number, the monthly payment. Because when you are staring at the monthly payment, you stop thinking about the total price. You stop thinking about the interest rate. You stop thinking about how long you are going to be paying. Here is how they play it. You say you want a lower monthly payment. They stretch the loan from 60 months to 72 or 72 to 84. Payment drops. You feel like you won something. You did not. You just added thousands of dollars in interest and years to your debt. You push back on the vehicle price. They bump up the finance reserve, the margin baked into the interest rate, or they quietly cut your trade-in offer. You are squeezing one corner of the box and money is silently shifting to another corner. The dealer's margin is always protected. Always. You are not negotiating. You are being managed. The defense is simple, and most people never use it because nobody teaches it. Get pre-approved financing from a credit union or bank before you step foot on the lot. Lock in your rate externally. Walk into the dealership and negotiate only the out-the-door price, the total dollar amount you will pay including taxes, fees, and every add-on. Never reveal your monthly payment budget. Never. Once the out-the-door price is locked, then and only then do you discuss financing, and you already have your own. You have just removed 3 of the 4 boxes from their control. Now here is the number I want you to keep in your head for the rest of your life. You are 22 years old. You have 2 paths in front of you. Path 1. You buy a new car and you commit to $600 a month in car payments. Path 2. You buy a used car, keep your payment low, and you invest $600 a month instead. If you invest $600 a month starting at 22, and you get the S&P 500's historical average return of around 10% per year, by the time you are 65, 43 years later, that account hits $5,227,200. $5.2 million. Even at a more conservative 7% return, you are still sitting on $1.9 million. That is the real price on the window sticker. Not $43,000, not $59,000 after interest. The real cost of that car is $1.90 to $5.2 million in lost retirement wealth. And Gen Z is currently 7.5% delinquent on auto loans, the highest delinquency rate of any age group in America. Not because Gen Z is irresponsible. Because Gen Z got handed a system designed to pull maximum monthly payments from people at the exact moment they are earning the least and have the least financial knowledge to fight back. That is the trap. And here is how you stay out of it. 3 rules. 3 rules that cost you nothing to follow and will protect more of your 20s wealth than almost anything else. Rule 1. The 23-8 rule. Put 20% down. Pay the car off in 3 years or less. Keep your monthly payment under 8% of your gross monthly income. If you make $46,656 a year, right around the median for Gen Z, that 8% cap means your maximum car payment is $311 a month. Not $522, not $767, $311. The average Gen Z payment right now is 68% over that ceiling. Go above that line and the car is not just expensive, it is actively blocking everything else: emergency fund, investing, first home down payment, all of it. Rule 2. Buy used, 2 to 4 years old. Not about being cheap, about being smart with money you actually have. A 2 to 4-year-old car has already absorbed that brutal first-year depreciation cliff. You are not the person who loses 20 to 30% of the value. The first owner is. You come in after the crash and you get a car that still has 150,000 miles of life in it at a price that actually makes sense. A 2022 Toyota Camry, a 2021 Honda Accord, a 2022 Mazda 3. These are not compromises. These are vehicles with documented reliability histories, 200,000-plus mile track records with standard maintenance, and price points that let you actually follow the 23-8 rule. Rule 3. Arrange your financing before you shop. Go to your credit union, not the dealership, not the in-house financing office. Get pre-approved before you step onto any lot. Know your rate. Know your max loan amount. When the finance manager at the dealership mentions their financing, you can compare honestly, and if theirs is actually better, great. But in most cases, it will not be. The average dealer marks up the interest rate they get from lenders by 1 to 3 percentage points and pockets the difference. That markup, over a 60 to 72-month loan, runs you $1,500 to $3,000 that goes straight into the dealer's pocket. Your credit union does not do that. Here is the honest version of what this looks like in practice. You find a 3-year-old Honda Accord with 28,000 miles on it. Asking price is $22,000. You put $4,400 down, 20%. You finance $17,600 over 36 months through your credit union at 6.5%. Your payment is $539 a month, right at the top of the range. But the loan is done in 3 years and you paid maybe $1,800 in interest total. Compare that to the person who bought new, financed $43,000 over 84 months at 8.1%, and paid $15,972 in interest on a car now worth $12,000. Same goal, reliable transportation, wildly different financial outcomes. The car does not make you. It does not define your credit, your ambition, or your future. The car gets you to work so you can build the things that actually do. What the dealership is counting on is that you have been conditioned to see the monthly payment as the price. Wrong. The total cost is the price. The depreciation is the price. The interest is the price. The opportunity cost, that $1.90 to $5.2 million that never gets built, that is the real price. When you see it that way, the whole transaction looks completely different. Your 20s are the most powerful compounding decade of your financial life. Money you invest at 22 has 43 years to grow. Money you invest at 32 has 33 years. That one decade at the start is worth more than almost anything else you will do financially. Every month you spend locked into a payment that blows past the 8% rule is a month you are trading future millions for present perception. The look of the car, the feel of driving something new, the reaction when you pull up somewhere. The math just is not there. Full stop. Buy used. Run the 20-3-8 rule like a hard cap, not a suggestion. Finance through a credit union. Negotiate only the out-the-door price. Then take that $600 a month you freed up and send it straight into an index fund every single month without touching it. Not a restriction. That is the move. The car was just the warm-up. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video.